The LG V20 user here, and today I'm doing the video about Google Plus. So I'm on diverge.com here, and it says here Google is shutting down Google Plus for consumers following security lapse. So this is very serious, guys. So Google is shutting down Google Plus because of the security flaw. So if you guys have Google Plus right now, you guys won't have it much longer. If you guys have a YouTube channel, I don't know what it's going to do about that, because as you guys know, Google made everyone with a YouTube channel get a Google Plus account, which sucked. But I wonder what's going to happen with the YouTube side of things, so we will have to wait and see what happens with that. So let's check this out and see what it has to say about it, shall we? It says Google is going to shut down the consumer version of Google Plus over the next 10 months. The company writes in a blog post today. The decision follows the realization of a previously undisclosed security flaw that exposed users' profile data that was remedied in March 2018. Google says that Google Plus currently has low usage and engagement, and that 90% of Google Plus user sessions last less than 5 seconds. Wow, whew. That's crazy. So Google Plus obviously hasn't been successful for Google. Hasn't been Google Plus, as a social network. As you guys know, it's a social network, Google Plus is, and it's not very popular, and and whatnot. It says that 90% of Google Plus user sessions less than 5 seconds. Wow, that's crazy. 5 seconds, wow. That's 90% of users on Google Plus. It's crazy, man. Mind blowing. But like it says, it has low usage and engagement, obviously. So, Google Plus isn't really being successful. So, yeah. Says still, the company plans to keep the service alive for enterprise consumers who use it to facilitate conversations among co-workers. New features will be rolled out for that use case. The company says Google is focusing on a secure corporate social network, which is odd considering this announcement comes alongside news that the company left profile details unprotected. So as you guys see there, Google is shutting down Google Plus for consumers. However, Google Plus will still be available for enterprise consumers. So if you guys use it for work or whatever, Google Plus will be available for that still. And so the new features will be rolled out over time for that. So yeah. It says, in addition to sunsetting Google Plus, the company announced new privacy adjustments for other Google services. API changes will limit developers' access to data on Android devices and Gmail. Developers will no longer receive call logs and SMS permissions on Android devices, and contact interaction data won't be available through the Android Contacts API. That same API provides basic interaction data like who you last messaged, and that permission is also being revoked. So not only that Google is shutting down Google Plus for consumers, it's also tightening up Android app permissions. So it's tightening that shit up. So it's like tighten that shit up. So developers don't have access to everything on Android devices. So that's good. Because developers don't need everything. Don't need access to everything on the fucking phone. They don't need that. Fuck that. What was I? As for the Gmail changes, the company is updating its user data privacy policy for the consumer version of the email service. This will limit apps and the scope of their access to user data. Ben Smith, Google Fellow and VP of engineering writes only apps directly enhancing Gmail functionality, such as email clients, email backup services, and productivity services like CRM and mail merge services will be authorized to access this data. Any developer who has this access will have to go. Let me read that again. It says any developer who has this access will have to undergo security assessments and agree to new rules about data handling, like not transferring or selling user data for targeted ads, market research, email campaign tracking, or other unrelated purposes. Google previously tried to quell privacy concerns earlier this year after the Wall Street Journal detailed how common it is for third-party app developers to be able to read and analyze users' Gmail messages. At that time, Suzanne Frey, the director of the company's Security, Trust, and Privacy Division of Google Cloud, emphasized that users should review the apps have access to their accounts and revoke it if necessary. Last year, Google announced that it will stop its long-standing practice of scanning the contents of individual Gmail users for advertising purposes. Of course, the company still has plenty of data it can target advertisements against, like search history, YouTube views, and other Chrome actions. These most recent changes are being attributed to an internal Google effort called Project Strobe, which involves a review of third-party developer access to Google account and Android device data, and of our philosophy around apps data access, according to Google. So yeah, guys, basically Google is shutting down Google Plus for consumers like you and me. If you guys have it for if you guys have an enterprise account with Google Plus or whatever, you guys will be able to still use that. But Google Plus will be shutting down for consumers like me and you, so you keep that in mind. So my question is, what's going to happen to what's going to happen to the YouTube side of things? This, as you guys know, Google made everyone with a YouTube channel have a Google Plus account. I wonder what's going to happen with that. I don't know what's going to happen with that, so that's interesting to see how the Google Plus and YouTube thing will play out together. See how those two will play out in terms of that. Because as you guys know, everyone that has a YouTube channel has a Google Plus account. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that side of the thing on the Google Plus thing. So Google Plus is shutting down. I think it's going to take 10 months for Google Plus to shut down completely. So I think in August 2019, Google Plus will be no more for consumers like you and me. But if you guys have an enterprise account on Google Plus or whatever, you guys will be able to use that after that data, whatever. So Google Plus will be shutting down in August 2019 for consumers like you and me. So yeah, my only question is about the whole YouTube thing here, you know what I'm saying? So we will have to wait and see about that. And also it also talked about Google's also going to be tightening up app permissions, which I think they should, because developers don't need access to everything on your Android device. They don't need access to every fucking thing. Seriously, they don't. No, fuck that, because that's why in Android now, y'all guys have the ability to deny permissions on apps now in Android. That's one of my favorite features of Android now, is that you guys have the ability to deny permissions on certain on apps. So if you guys don't want that, yeah, if you guys don't want an app to access your microphone, camera, or whatever, you guys can deny this permissions, and developer can't do nothing. The developer can't do shit about it. So, you know, yeah. So basically, Google's gonna be tightening up app permissions for developers on Android. So it's gonna be it's gonna make our data more safer on Android or whatever. So hopefully that will make our data more safer on Android. So yeah. But the main part here is Google Plus is shutting down August 2019, and so yeah, I mean, seriously though, who the fuck uses Google Plus anyway? So the reason why that any of us uses it anyway, because Google made everyone that had a YouTube channel with Google Plus a few years ago, and a lot of people got pissed off about it. And I was wondering, like, why the fuck do we had to get a Google Plus for YouTube? Like, seriously. So that was forced on us, and I don't know what's gonna happen with that when Google Plus shuts down for consumers like you and me. So we will have to wait and see what happens over the next 10 months. So we know that Google Plus is shutting down because of security hacks, shit like that. Which, you know, that's a big concern for consumers and shit. So Google Plus is shutting that down, and yeah, I mean, Google Plus isn't really Google Plus isn't really, you know, popular and used much because it says it has a low usage and engagement rate. And it says that about 90% of Google Plus users use the app for like 5 fucking seconds, and that's it. Each sentence is like quick. So it's not like people are on Google Plus all day long, you know, doing shit on that all day long. People are on it like 5 seconds, and that's it. So Google Plus, yeah, I mean, Google is shutting down Google Plus August 2019 for consumers like you and me. But if you guys have an enterprise account on Google Plus or whatever, that will still be going after August 2019 with new features to come. So stay tuned for that. And Google will be tightening up Android app permissions, but I think they should be tightening that shit up and protecting our data even more. So yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, guys. It really helps me out a lot. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.